Hey guys, it's David from the Jordan Howerton Band. We're going to look at Running to You today, and so let me just go through that real quick, and then afterwards I'll hit on a few key things and we'll take it from there. Alright, so Running to You, here we go.
Your love and your desires. In all we say and all we do, may our lives point back to you, our God. We worship you, Father, serve you in all we do. 'Cause it's you and you alone, and none compared to you. And may our lives be an answer to all that you're calling us to. And God, we come running to you.
Okay, well, I think the first and main thing to really hit on this song is definitely like the turnarounds. They're kind of like that big that big moment where the lead kind of like steps out in front of everything else. So just to give you an idea of that, this is like I'll do it without any effects. It's kind of broken up. It's all taking place on the B and E strings, and the root chords it's a walk down on the B string. I'll show you that real quick. So that's all being taken place on that B string, and then in between those notes, you're kind of hitting on a. So you're kind of getting this walk down feel while the lead line is kind of walking up at the same time. So all together, I'll just play through it real slow. Straight into the first verse. So you notice the end's a little bit different. That's actually the only time that you kind of just resonate, basically just staying on this E right here. And then you could just resolve back on that same E. I like kind of going up to that E because that just is a really nice segue getting into the verses. And this E is a little bit softer sounding, so that's just a personal preference of mine. So that's it, and then you throw on the delay and reverb, and that's what gives it its spacey kind of sound. So once again, just to show you. So that's kind of the sound you're going for. It by itself, I say this a lot, but by itself it is a little bit messy. It'll sound like it's way too much space, but in the context of everything, it's really dynamically, you want it to go from everything from really soft picking that's just really ambient, all the way to like this huge kind of, you know, spacey sounding guitar. So I just find that's the sound that kind of works best for me. You just experiment with that. It's just delay and reverb, and then I have a subtle overdrive on there that kind of just makes it stand out a bit. So that's kind of the turnarounds, and then if you'll notice, like I said, at the end, I stay on that E. That's the only time in the song that I actually do that, is on that very first turnaround. And all the others will actually, once it gets to the E, it'll walk up like this. And then resolve back on that E again. And it does that right before the bridge, and then it does that at the very, very end of the song. And it's, of course, it's like double time, so. Adding in a little bit of bend just to show you mean it. So really that's the main thing of this song. If you can hit that, everything else is dynamic. So like I said, I'm using the same effects and overdrive I use in the turnarounds in the verses. So just to show you just kind of an example of, like, I really let off the gas in the verses. And so it's just the pretty, so there's something going on. And that's all just the bottom half of the guitar from the G, B, and E strings. So you're really just on the E. Just going through the chords. So that may sound more complicated than it really is. I mean, literally with just like one finger you can kind of go through the chords of the verse, build it up when you need to, let off the gas when you need to. Other than that, once you really don't start like just playing the guitar with big chords until the bridge, and it really builds up big there. So until that point, just really like learn to sit back in the mix as best as you can, and then on those turnarounds only just kind of really jump out there with the big lead stuff that I showed you. Other than that, it's just pretty dynamic, and you're just going through just the chords of the chorus at the end at that point, and I kind of arpeggiate everything, just to show you real quick. So that's the whole thing, and then I just go from doing that real lightly to the very end, and I have a little bit more overdrive on there, and it's all in the pick attack. So that's really the difference between the first half of the song and the second half is just really it's dynamic. It's all right here. So all right, well that's pretty much the song. So if I left anything out, just be sure to let me know. Like I said, just go back and watch as many times as you need to. It's all pretty self-explanatory, but if there's something I missed, something about the effects, or just a picking pattern, anything like that, just ask me, let me know, and I'll get back to you. So enjoy it. Let's run it for you.